What's up, world? How you guys doing? I'm not going to invoke much humor into the story because this story is very heartfelt, it's very heartwarming, and I'm very proud of a community being able to work together. So let's check out the video. I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
5-year-old girl is safe tonight after police say she was the victim of an apparent abduction. Tonight, 2 teenage boys are being called heroes for their role in locating the child, while police continue the search for the person responsible for taking her. It is our top story in the KISS 11 at 11. Good evening. I'm Ron Martin.
I'm Janelle Stelson. News 8's Chris Hush joins us live with quite a story tonight, Chris.
That's right, Janelle and Ron. 5-year-old Jocelyn Rojas saved tonight with her mother, her family, thankful for 2 boys who helped find her. Meanwhile, that investigation far from over tonight as police continue to look for a suspect.
Thank you. You are a hero.
Family and neighbors hug and cheer after the actions of 2 boys on a bicycle led to the discovery of 5-year-old Jocelyn Rojas. Police say she was abducted around 4:35 Thursday afternoon on the 100 block of Jennings Drive after playing in her front yard when her family noticed
And yelled for Jocelyn.
That's when family members say while looking for her, they turned this corner, but she was gone.
The credit card little purse thing that she had was laying there.
Police blocked off streets. K-9 units were also brought in.
Anybody that might know her or play with her, kids that do.
2 boys did see Jocelyn while riding on a bike.
Every time we'll go down the street, he'll turn back around, and then we'll follow him.
Police say the male suspect, seen in a maroon or purple car, drove the 5-year-old nearly a half a mile from her home. Meanwhile, Tamar and his friend chased the car.
He stopped at the end of the hill and let her out, and she ran to me and said that she needed her mom.
It is possible that this individual saw the boys following him. So it is possible he got nervous. We don't know that for sure. I'd certainly like to find out.
You've seen the Amber Alerts and you think, oh, I feel for that family, but oh my God, when you're in this situation, it's horrible. He's our hero. I mean, there's no words to say.
I just feel like I did something very accomplishing today.
Now, there's a lot of things in this world that I worry about as a parent. I worry if my child is going to get the best education possible. I worried about the environment that my child is growing up in. Now, thankfully, I was able to put my child into an environment where he can grow and grow safely. There is no such thing as a 100% safe neighborhood. But the thing that I really like about my community is how close-knit we are. My next door neighbors, they're all old nosy people. And I say that with a smile on my face because I tell them that. My next door neighbors is 2 ladies. They are a lesbian couple, Sandra and Barbara. Next door to me I have this dude, his name is Lorenzo. He's an older gentleman. He is about 70 years old and his wife recently passed to cancer. So he's been leaning on me and my family sometimes. Anything that he needs, he knows that he can come to me. And if I'm home, if I'm not working, I'll feel free to give him a hand. And it's the same thing for Sandra and Barbara. Only time that I don't like them is when football season is in, and then I can't stand her. She's a Cowboy fan. I said that before in another video, I think. But as you guys see in this video, this little girl, she was kidnapped. What the community did is people from that community went out. You had these kids that were riding around on bikes helping out. Everybody pitched in. They didn't allow this girl to get out of the neighborhood. And within 2 hours, they found her, they spotted her in a car, and they rescued her. That is some of the most scariest shit that a parent can ever go through. Out of everything that could possibly happen to one of my children, kidnapping is one of the worst. Just the thought of sitting there and not knowing where your little child is must be the most nerve-wracking shit you can ever think of. Now, I don't quite know how the hell a child this young got away from the parents, but shit happens. And these parents, I know right now, if they truly love that child, something like this will never happen again. This is something that will make you go crazy. I remember a point in my life when I was working from 8 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning. I was doing the graveyard shift. I was a third shift assistant manager at my job. And I would come home, throw in a 30-minute commute to get home. So by the time I got home, it was like almost 9 o'clock in the morning. I would get home, and here I am home, the wife and the kids. The wife is going to work during the day. So when I arrive home, my wife is heading out the door, and here I am left with a small child. For some reason, we didn't have him in daycare. I don't know why the fuck we didn't have him in daycare, but at that point we didn't. I remember falling asleep by mistake, waking up like 45 minutes later, going into my son's room, and he's not there. So I have a 4-year-old child that's wandering around, and I freaked the fuck out. I absolutely went crazy. Now thankfully I found him in a closet. But from that point forward, the 4 days that I was working that graveyard shift, we put that money together and we got our son into a daycare program. Sometimes it takes a scare like this to let the parent know, don't take your children so loosely. Don't take them for granted. Sometimes it does. Now those young men, those kids that went out on the bikes, they need to be commended. Do you understand that there are some communities that would not have helped? There are communities right now that would see something going wrong, and to not be a snitch, they won't tell nobody. So let's take the time out to applaud those kids. And let's also take the time out to applaud that community, because I'm pretty sure they were not the only people looking. I just wish that every single case could end like this. Every time a sicko tries to snatch someone's kid, that they get caught immediately. And we don't have Gina De Jesus and Amanda Berry stories popping up. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. You guys drop your comments down below. Talk to me.